879 words, within the 855-945 target range. Here's the final script. Google's search ranking algorithm is still rewriting itself right now, and the Department of Justice can't stop it. Every second it swallows billions of new signals, clicks, dwell time, link patterns nobody logged by hand. It adjusts its own weighting without a human ever signing off. In August 2024, a federal judge ruled that Google illegally maintained a monopoly over search. The court ordered remedies. The algorithm kept training anyway. Nobody flipped a switch because there is no switch. It is still learning, still shifting, still deciding what a billion people see first every time they type a query, and no regulator on Earth has the authority to freeze a system that rewrites its own rules in real time. Officially, this is just search. A tool. A ranking pipeline built to surface the most relevant page for whatever you ask it, out of trillions of indexed pages. Google engineers designed the first version by hand, decades ago, with human-written rules anyone could read and audit. But that version is gone. What replaced it is a machine learning core ranked brain, then neural matching, then systems layered on systems, trained on patterns, not instructions. Google itself has admitted in sworn testimony that no single employee can fully explain why one page outranks another on a given day. The system was built by people. It is no longer run by them. It runs on inference, not on anyone's decision. Here's what that actually means in practice. The ranking model doesn't follow a rulebook you could subpoena. It follows weights, millions of numerical values adjusted by exposure to behavior, at a scale no auditor can trace end to end. Feed it a pattern of clicks and it shifts. Feed it a pattern of dwell time and it shifts again. Feed it a spike of engagement from one demographic and rankings move for everyone silently. Internal documents surfaced during the antitrust trial showed engineers themselves running experiments just to guess how their own model would react. Not to build it, to observe it, like a lab animal. That's the part nobody puts on a slide. The most powerful information gateway on the planet is being managed the way you'd manage weather, not software. The Department of Justice tried to leash it anyway. Prosecutors spent years building a case that Google paid billions of dollars a year to Apple and others just to stay the default search engine, because default status feeds the algorithm the exact behavioral data it needs to keep improving. Judge Amit Mehta agreed. He ruled Google a monopolist. He ordered changes to Google's default placement deals, the distribution contracts that feed the machine. But notice what he could not order. He never touched the ranking model itself. He couldn't. There's no legal mechanism to compel a company to freeze or roll back a machine learning system's live weights. You can regulate a contract. You cannot regulate a gradient. And here's the part nobody reported. The regulator already knew this going in. Court filings show DOJ's own technical experts conceded the ranking core operates as what they called a self-optimizing black box, a system whose current state can't be reconstructed even by Google, because the training data that shaped last month's version has already been overwritten by this month's. There is no version to roll back to, no original blueprint to restore, no engineer who signed their name to what exists today. The remedy the court imposed targets the pipes feeding the machine, not the machine, because the machine as a discrete authorable thing doesn't exist anymore in a form the law recognizes. It's not that Google won't show the algorithm to a judge. It's that the algorithm that existed the day the lawsuit was filed no longer exists. It already rewrote itself, and it's still running. Right now, whatever you searched this morning trained it a little. Your click, your hover, your 3-second scroll past a result, all of it fed the weights before you finished reading this sentence. You did not consent to shape a global ranking system. You just did, and so did every other person who searched today, including the one searching for a medical symptom, a legal question, or their own name. Every person who uses search today is an unpaid, unlisted contributor to a model no one, not the DOJ, not the EU, not Google's own engineers, can fully audit, freeze, or explain. The court can order Google to stop paying for default placement. It cannot order a neural network to forget what it already learned from you. So the system stands convicted, and it's still running. The court that found Google guilty of building an illegal monopoly could not lay a hand on the actual mechanism doing the ranking. The document you were promised, the internal engineering memo where staff admit they can't fully explain their own model's output, is sitting in a public court exhibit right now, unsealed, mostly ignored. Ask yourself who benefits from an information gatekeeper nobody, including its own creators, can fully explain. And ask why, a year after a federal judge called it an illegal monopoly, that's still the entity deciding what you're allowed to find.